Abushia me mo akwa Adddo ba daily update TV so ene na ohwe dwumadi na wa subscribe no ahye na odo comment so ahye comment section e beje bre na yakenkan amati fo ne hwefo nyinate eye abushia esa mo akwa ba na ye to aso no na eye committee with all due respect ane ne team no ene de science we nyina to dwa na is about the power crisis ena na ye omudi ye di ho nkomo na se o di ho nkomo efa eye power crisis ho na hwan ana ye nim se oye the leader of eye ye energy sector Napo enti no se bibia ni a wo se ye channel no to the what the minister of energy no ana o ka se say no if bibia ni a eye oba a friend amapukua anaze vim lady ka se bia na kemitela taking from that angle say wo programming adena mana koye say o kase dum shaba but o yi Napo as energy minister na esinche as a sector minister no o yi na esinche there was oboni din say bibia ni na Akufo be sakena na wasakana say he need to be fired na Akufo afaya no enti enim say ye energy crisis enye no ali be Akufo be jatum asake na say obe fire na ehode asemisa because you know say over Ashanti region the excess pressure on Akufo no on doom so say is available no ye high Napo no say no why say or ka bibia atwa Napo aja because it is alleged say Napo na ye pese choose no as what a running mate to Dr. Mahmoud Baumia enti no omo kasem na omo shedam fa ono ye sector minister na wa fairly as energy minister no enfa no enka asem no just because to what make the man had said they be on lose what credibility and as onya credibility what issues abusia etina Kelvin tell us Napo se bibia no one was holding responsible se Akufo do sakia or also no sakeno and as one sakeno and I say he need to be fired because of our failure as energy minister. Now then I'm time doom so ba must doom so na way doom cc. What's the difference between doom so and doom cc? Doom bia e doom. I daily update TV so. And then I'll share Jomedi and no subscribe. Now I share now me so and be ashare. Or comment constructively now other comment and also item I shall comment section or beje bre na akinkan meti for any ashare for so atimi no omo hu adwenkyere. I'm sure bibia stay tuned, stay connected. Na yenko rasa se wedamo na yenko emra emeton ko didie
okasa na osio right now it is the ministry. Who is the head of the ministry? Napo. Nobody is speaking. She avoided saying that the minister in charge should be held accountable. She didn't go there. Now she says, Ministry of Energy, somebody there must be talking. Who is in charge of the Ministry of Energy? Who is the minister? You are bringing Gridco. She is bringing ECG. She is bringing Vacu. She is bringing all those people. But the person who is in charge of the sector is Napo. But onye because or a jandam queen. Jandam atra him as agawi. And a tribe journalism no you. Because ne dieno no ne busia or ya santiniti so no. And Baumia is considering Napo some vice press a running mate. Into what she's going to do is she's going to make you think that she's speaking on Ghana's problems. No, she's speaking on Ghana's problems, but shielding the problem itself. Because if the energy minister or national sector is avoiding or has decided not to speak on the matter, then it means he is supposed to walk. He's supposed to be sacked. We as journalists are supposed to tell the people that the energy minister or Napo ombu Ghana for into president onjimiya on Napo. But we will not go there. We can go after Komna Donko if it's the Komna Donko no ni NDC for na nam omu yen tough for omu yen kwasia for yen crime for omu yen dienzema for omu yen fantifo ya ngona for until we can go directly and go after Komna Donko because on in charge of energy in Ghana. But today, so who sa Jandam Queen we are this tribal peacock or the radio swa what she's trying to let you think, and they say, problem ni nye nipa ba or her sector, no so problem. ECG, Grico, Valco, DN. But we are talking about the ministry because in the first place, you were saying, during Muhammad's time, it was a generational problem. And then there is about money. And who is in charge of that ministry? Who is supposed to take the fall? You cannot go to ECG and sack everybody at the ECG. You cannot go to Valco or Grico and sack everybody there. But when you change the head of that sector, there will be some changes down there. It goes down and it trickles down. So why have you ignored Napona or the minister? Because and the Sabaumia choosing Napo and the running mater. At the end of the resume so as the running mate of Baumia, he's a failed energy minister. He has failed. Because we are in power crisis and he is in charge of the power crisis. Into why is Baumia even considering the Napo? These people are shielding a very smelly meat. Napo or born in politics or born to sell more money. But my Akan brothers teach you Ashanti for journalism to say, they will come, speak, scream, make you think, say, Ghana problem ni but the main idea poison on can want some. So Shana, at the point of Bona pudding, she stopped. How can you speak about Dumso as a journalist in an editorial without mentioning the sector head? How? Are you crazy? How can you speak about Ghana football without speaking or talking to Ayede Keto Kriku? How can you speak on anything without speaking on the person who is in charge? Because near Tiana Napoka say, under his watch, everything has been solved. So why today? Energy sector we are not making Napo the main topic, but going after ECG, going after the Grico. It is because a interest omu jimimo when or a jandam queen. Why is a peacock? That is how she was built. She cannot sit on TV or radio and say Napo must be fired. Ultimately, because Napo ya santiniti so noa. Because they sit here and omokas ebeko go the enkenko kona Napo jimi kra yabemana koi. So that is what they are doing. That is the language. That is dialogue. These are the people who destroy nations. Now, in Brebe to so kase obi nye yampamono. Ya kase komna don kwa bon. Ya se obi ne die nim. Adenti na Mahama time no. Yankwachi Haruna Drisu entwalechi. Adeni yankwachi ayede Betimoti Drisu ampamono. But komna don kwa na pressure na down. So if you say komna don kwa was in charge of our energy. He was the minister. Now then I ended there. Napo and a shawono. Yentumi mbona podin. We are talking about the Kabeda, we know. We are talking about ECG, we know. We are talking about Grico, we know. All these institutions fall under the Ministry of Energy. Who is in charge? In this end, Baumia, and I say Adiachina Baumia Begina TV, so kind of say, I have chosen Napo as my running mate. You have chosen a failure. He is currently in a crisis he cannot solve. What tells you, say, and now what shows you, say, Napo can become a running mate and solve Ghana's problems? Muma yenjai tribe na yediye politics, no. Muma yenjai tribe na yediye journalism, no. Muma yenjai sankwasi ade no, na yenka no kure no. Na yama Ghana fo hu nipa oma ye konkwasu mu. Yama Ghana fo hu obi a onye competent, nipa ontumi muaye. Eno ne ebetumi achichire man. But we don't sit on radio and TV and misinform the people. Because somebody hey Oba Brony Chrome, Oba New York Times, Oba Washington Post, Oko any news outlet, and they want to report on Ghana's energy crisis. When they are sending a reporter, the reporter is coming directly to the sector minister. I'm going to be honest with you. So New York Times cover Ghana energy crisis. Now almost send a reporter to Ghana. The reporter is not going to go to the energy sports ministry. He's not going to go to the environmental minister. He's not going to go. He's going to go to the energy minister. He takes full responsibility. So why do we sit on radio and TV and make Ghanaians think, say, and the problem, no, and yet the sector minister, institutions that are supposed to take responsibility. If the sector minister is effective, if the sector minister is not corrupt, if the sector minister is fit for purpose, if he's not there as a party fanatic, if he's there as somebody is basically a party foot soldier who, because of tribe and his big nose, that's why he's there. So we all know the problem. So why are we not speaking to kick the problem out? Nobody will associate themselves with Napo at this point. I'm telling you. No intelligent politician will associate he or herself with Napo, because Napo is automatic failure. Napo di prove to us that you can make us believe, say, excess power now. Today we have excess power. Then we will know that you have mind. You can solve another problem. Over education, you messed it up. The guy is at energy. He's messed it up. So why would we as Ghanaians still be telling Ghana for say Napo is intelligent to be a vice president, to be a running mate? Echa wo generals now to no enya wa adwena ade adwuma ebia na bia wo tribe bi sebio opese edi Ghana so ntina woto. It is our jandam queen and nimsa peacock no. This is what they do. And enya no nkwa wo omodoso. These are the kind of diseases that they be American of Ghana. Dirty people. They don't care about Ghana. They don't care about development of Ghana. Omo chain obi dia ba no maka say no kure ni mase. Na ebeye bibia related to omo tribe, omo dia they find ways. They dilly-dally. They use language to mislead you people. And that is our problem in Ghana today. You get what I mean? Mahamudu Bawumia at a point was able to tell John Dramani Mahama, say, solving Dumso is not a priority. Mahamudu Bawumia, Obiena no catch John Mahama, or say, solving Dumso and your priority. So you see the kind of person. No wonder Mahamudu Bawumia, even though Napo has failed, he is still insisting that a failure like himself, because Mahamudu Bawumia is supposed to solve the city or the city depreciation problem. And he himself, Bawumia, has failed. He could not solve a problem. The job we gave to Bawumia, he could not do it. Napo has been given a job. He is not able to. Thing like that. Their focus is only on politically. And I'm not saying this to say, the Okufu Addo Otino, Otumfo Nimhubi. No. Otumfo is not in fear. Obana betafre nasia or the nasi bema mo atafre. The people at OT, Moankasa, what are you doing about this? Because you can't respect this government, MPP for the omni bakumpo mamo. Things are getting worse in this country. The disrespect is getting out of hand. The disrespect. She said, Dumso jinem na Mahamudu Bawumia atam ne yere makeup artist ne dineti so omoko Vatican. Vatican okwa small boys. So me, I've been to Rome a couple of times. I've been to the Vatican and kwara Vatican. You can book an appointment and go to a service where Pope is preaching. You book when you go there and you get in the line early. You can go sit in a mass. Pope is preaching. There's nothing extraordinary about Vatican. But the reason why Bawumia ejamoho in the middle of Dumso to go to Vatican and say, Omo ba, asofo bi baba catch them say, Bawumia call Vatican, no Pope catch us and Yamia fan so catch us Bawumia be the president. A Christophone be a jimino, we would swallow it. Some catch them say, NPP ni Bawumia mono, Omo redeem Ghana for titru Christopher che. Omo say, Christopher do muna mo Jimmy. And no na ama MPP abedru ha. I'm telling you. In the middle of a crisis, say, $14. Vice President said, I'm going to Vatican. Now, again said the Italian Prime Minister, Pope Nankasa Otuono, Oni Jumedi Kura Obesore se meba Ghana, Obedeng, meba be Ghana president. For what reason? But Bawumia and any makeup artist no jai Ghana suo. And almost omoko Vatican. He needs to be working. He needs to be in Ghana to be talking to us. Why? He's a flag bearer of this party. Or Persia to Abaman be president. The dollar has crossed 14. Sa akwa we ne makeup artist na sorry akwatena Italy. Ena omu di omo ho ena ye ne te Ghana ne yetu omo ka per day. And we sit here and we say we don't respect. We respect. But you see, these people are not showing respect back. Obefri Rome aba. Asofo bi ba be ka chem say Bawumia call Rome no. Pope ka chem say onu na nyame yi no. Bawumia does not even respect the chief imam. Mahamudu Bawumia also a Christian, He does not even respect the chief imam. Because as we speak today, the chief imam, the light in Jinaso. The chief imam, Ninsio Emma. The young people that Baumia promised was Zongus. Say obe create juma momono. At this point, Baumia to me obi juma. Baumia does not care about these things. The chief imam has been paying taxes from the day Baumia became president or vice president. But Mahmoud Baumia has not shown that respect back to the chief imam by making things easy for him, for the chief imam, his grandchildren, his family, and the people he lives with. Mahmoud Baumia has ignored the plight of his own people, his leaders, his religious leaders. He has left the shores of this country to go visit Pope. And he's happy to be sharing those pictures. Abra weja onu edwuma wo so ye ho no de te Italy. Say okohu Pope. Who gives a heck about Pope? Who gives a heck? Because at this point, the obedi or Ghana, Pope does not care. I'm being honest. I was born Anglican. I respect the Catholic Church. And I have always respected a church that believes in principles. At this point in our life as a nation, who cares about the Pope? With all due respect to the Pope is the Pope. The Pope is the leader of the Catholic Church. So at this point, you don't leave your responsibility. You don't ignore your people. You don't neglect your responsibility and go say, I am going to see the Pope. Abra, the Pope does not care. So your visit to the Pope, economically and socially and politically, what does it bring to us? Nothing. Nothing. And we see this zombie and his makeup artist roaming around the world. And we still sit here, we cannot blame these people. And these people are still telling us we should give or hand over power to them. That is the disrespect I keep talking about. Pope not to want COVID-19 by when you be on your COVID-19. With all due respect to the Vatican, I respect the Vatican, but the Vatican cannot change Ghana's economy. It's a fact. The Vatican cannot change the doomso. Vatican, it cannot change the dollar. We will have to work to change that situation. So what is the essence of us spending millions on Baumia to go?
I wish I'm more cover aside about daily update so. And then I'll share Jumedi na was subscribing our share. Na umian so NB a share. Na or then a commenting so I then as a comment section. Major brand makinkan and much before a telephone and so at be because we're of late the Ecoso or mine more, especially Ashanti region when it comes to power air crisis. Too much internal or more your mother say on by far a Mary Pranta a year or Mampeni a year Yura Mahama Edibayano Ababisi Ashanti region and actually I know more years sad than our mother Mary Niden Abba Ashanti region. About Ashanti region. But of late, Kelvin Taylor Ekasen be saying, as I'm AMDA pa na Okasen is ministry be was another ministry be what a minister or heady as energy minister energy ministry on or share Napo. And Okasen Napo is just a tribal politics now omo pese omo play no because Kwabena don't call and they will go after him say Kwabena don't call because Kwabena don't call is not an Ashanti by tribe you know Saratama Mahama Taina do so they go after Kwabena a year I stand to go Kwabena don't call now more to the point say Dumso Abana ye address Dumso as the leader of a yes ministry no or no na was here then ye attacking and I say a corner so a man who say wa fairly and I said the oil no enya right entini was should be boa I was here the bo minister now or head this sector no as Napo na Napo kama is free because Napo abrana mama a presidency na Dumso aba na hwe Napo ni oslo so de na o mo kire pa Napo no ni onim se woni hyebrem se MPP bapo e be appointing as energy minister and I say abehye ne kon nti se ono hu do onye nti on pese obeden obe accept fa se Ghanaians for call for timetable say dum so aba no obe provide timetable nti no say enye dum so edum at cc because enye dum so abusun ha daily update TV so ebia na wabe pm ana wo hwe dwumadi ni bia subscribe my YouTube channel no share na like dwumadi no obetimi do comment so ahye ni kasava ba power crisis aba na MPP for say dum cc Mahama time dey dum so for comment no e show man that's